All right, that's exactly where we start from now. Now we do know that your VAT stands at 14% now, and there's also a 100% tax relief for those earning up to 24,000. Now you know what it means. Therefore, is that you're going to save 1,583 shillings come 1st of April. Good. Corporate tax pay from 25% to around, from 30%, sorry, to 25%. And for those people who really want to transact online, you can actually say it's free. Sending money and actually moving your money from your bank to your mobile wallet is also free. That's what we do know. Good. Therefore, the question now is, we also have World Bank and IMF now calling on suspension of debt payment from poorest countries. Yeah? Mm-hmm. That's what we should be heading.
Okay.
So should we be calling China now and telling them this debt that is supposed to mature now this year, can we offset it to probably next year? Because if you look at where we are, I mean, everything that we're talking about is how we are unable as a country to even talk about an economic package, because we do know majority of our monies go to debt repayment. And now IMF is saying, if you really want these economies to survive, because you're also doing businesses with them, then can't you just suspend the debt repayments for a certain period of time? Just sort of go together, get into a moratorium, and say probably Kenya will start paying China next year, as opposed to the ones that are supposed to mature this year. And if you looked at our budget policy, 2020-2021, debt repayments are the ones that are going to take majority of our money this year.
Sure. It's a good indication.
Yes.
But we did not access the China credit through IMF. It was government to government. You know, so our dealing, it's either in the goodness of the hearts of the Chinese president. You know, he's the one who can, the one who can call in Uhuru and say, what's up, man? It's hard on you guys.
Get what you're going through.
It's hard on you guys. Start paying me from 2023.
Next year. I mean, use that money to fight COVID-19.
Yeah, to fight
or
COVID.
To come up with an economic package.
Yeah.
For
yes, which this is very welcome.
Yes.
It's very welcome.
Yes.
What World Bank is saying, let's cushion poorest countries. And funny enough, Kenya is considered a poor country.
We are considered a poor country. Ogwang, we are poor. Why are you laughing? We are poor. We are poor. We are third world country.
Let me tell you the irony of that.
Yes.
The world's richest country has put its citizens on lockdown.
Yes.
We cannot manage this thing. We don't even understand it. The world's poorest country is saying, it's okay.
It's okay.
You guys just move around.
Yeah, from 5 a.m.
Yes, just wash your hands and keep social distancing. You just move around. You know, the world's richest,
yes,
with advanced medical technology. And I'm not, by saying this, that does not mean that I'm not a patriot. I'm just trying to give us a juxtapositioning. The world's richest are saying, we don't even know what we are dealing with. The world's poorest is saying, it's okay.
Walk around.
Yes, you just walk around. We'll have a curfew from 7 to 5. One person has actually recovered. And someone was asking me, how did they recover? You know, we don't even have a vaccine. We don't even know what we are dealing with. Incidentally, someone has recovered. Of course, someone also informed me that when we are dealing with this, because you don't have a vaccine,
yes,
what we are managing are the symptoms. So if we can put the symptoms to an equilibrium, whereby now your body's immunity can kick in,
yes,
right? But the challenge that we have, and it's a good thing, the world's richest countries have identified over 70-something countries that are poor, and Kenya is one of the poorest countries. So I think it's a good thing, it's welcome. Thank you, our rich friends Thank you very much, our rich friends. We also pray that other rich friends like you can follow suit and say, let's caution them this time. Let's have them pay us back from 2023.
Should that be the discussion now for? Should our government vouch for that?
You know, and that's something funny with debt.
Yes.
Because, and this is whereby I can borrow a leaf from the Bible. The Bible says that he who gives you money, you are slave to.
Yes.
A slave never goes to the master and says, hey, no, it's the master who takes that prerogative that, hey, this slave is suffering. And that's why I'm saying the president of China can actually take his call and say, hey, UK, hey, what's up? I don't think he knows English. I don't know how they will translate. But equally, what would need to happen is whereby the rich person that has dispensed you
Yes.
credit is the person who's supposed to take that prerogative. This person is suffering. What World Bank and IMF and World Bank are actually held by the European countries, right? So it's something that is actually very welcome so that we can make sense and find footing in this entire
Yes.
moment in time.
Yes.
We are in a crisis that we don't even know.
Yes.
We don't even understand. This is a crisis that we have not even factored how far it is going to reach. This crisis as at now.
Yes.
Because this crisis has transformed education, it has transformed every moving piece of our economy and civilization.
Because we do know of it,
Yes, indeed.
isn't it? All right, let's have a talk about what is happening locally here on our markets. Now, you do know that upon the first case in the country, that is on March the 13th, it's not far away back. You only have to count 2 weeks back. You saw exactly what is happening at the stock market. Now, we did have EABL recording 159 shillings per share. It was actually cheaper to buy a share for EABL than it was to buy their beer, because we do know the beer goes for 220 shillings. Good. Safaricom from 33 to around 25 shillings. We do also have the likes of KCB also experiencing a negative drop. We do also have equity as well, so experiencing a negative drop. So it was actually easier, therefore, to go online and get yourself buying a couple of shares. You really wanted to express your sentiment in the Kenyan boost. Now, we did speak with analysts from Snaptech, and this is exactly what they had to say about what is going on in the boost at this point. Thinking, is it the best time to go in or not? Let's have a listen.
If one was to look at the all-share index on the Nairobi Stock Exchange over the last 1 week, you'd think that the economy is doing extremely badly. Yet if you then look at today's headlines, where Chris Kirubi has indicated that he'll take an additional stake in Centum, which is a counter that he's held for a long time. If you remember, at one point he actually got the CMA to change rules to allow him to go past the 10% holding without having to declare his intentions. What this tells you is that the stock market is not about the ups and downs of the all-share index, but really what somebody as an individual is thinking of doing. I'm looking at the share performance index for the last 1 week, and I can see shares such as TCL, which is TransCentury, who have gained 11%. Stanbic has gained 9%. Even the NSE has gained 2.19%. So the question is, are you getting into the market or are you trying to get out of the market? If you're trying to get out of the market, then the question is, what was your objective for getting into the market? KQ shares over the last 1 week have actually gained by 8%, which tells you that there are people who understand that even after the coronavirus infection has spread and cleared, airlines will have to come back. And if anything, there'll be a larger demand for air transport. Maybe not of people, but of goods, because we've got a lot of goods now that have been held up in places like China and the other parts of the world, as China had closed down since almost, I believe, November, December. So if you're getting into the market now, it's a prime time. If you're getting out, the question becomes, where are you going? But finally, let's not forget, for every sale that happens on the stock market, there is a buyer at the other end. So ask yourself, why is it that certain people are buying and why is it that certain people are selling?
All right, that's the question. If you're getting out, where are you going? Because if you look at exactly even international indices, they are indicating marginal gains, or they are actually operating on a negative. Some of them have actually gone into a bear market where there is no trading at all. NSE did actually even break the threshold for bear market. We had to close it 5 times because there was essentially nothing at all. If international investors are getting out, which they are, is it time for us to go in and get the shares and hopefully pray for recovery? Because it's cheaper.
Theoretically, yes.
Yes.
Theoretically, yes.
Yes.
You know, in theory, everything makes sense.
Yes.
You know, in theory, it's like the best time to buy is when there's a crisis.
Yes.
In theory. I always tell people this. One, whatever you don't understand, please, however simple it might appear to look, don't. Let me ask you, CK upgrades to 49.9%.
Yeah, at Centum.
That's a billionaire.
Yes.
That guy has like 300 million just lying around somewhere.
Does that not tell us that it's good? You can actually come in and
No. And that's the problem that we have. You know, I'm not CK. I don't have his capacity.
Yes.
And the guys will tell you, no, you can look long term. How old is CK? You know, and then I can tell you how long it took him to get there.
Yes.
So, of course, people, if you understand how the stock markets operate, then by all means, invest in it. If you understand. The challenge here is, and we have people, my wife took part in some IPO, right?
Yes.
She receives dividends. It's so meager that they have to send it to her as airtime. It's so useless to her, they have to send it as airtime. You know, I'm not bad-mouthing anyone.
Yes.
Whatever I don't understand,
yes,
however simple it might appear, I don't take part in.
Yes.
So, if we wish, and this is an opportunity for us to grow awareness, to grow that basis of awareness, operational awareness, even for Kenyans, to begin uptake. The challenge here is, and that's why I always tell people, playing with the big boys, you either need to have a big boy on your corner or you need to grow up, right? If you wish to buy a share of EABL,
yes,
it was going at 159,
yes,
and you bought 2 shares, you know, does it make sense? Okay, you had 10,000 shillings, you bought 1,590 shares. Man, watu washa nao mdomo, you know. It's something that is very important. It's beautiful. It has worked for many. Many have made a kill in it. But let me tell you what, many are equally crying. When these people floated IPOs left, right, center, there was a time everyone was talking about, you know, where people make money the most? Yeah, people in stock exchange. So every person ran to stock exchange. People are putting as low as 5,000 shillings. You remember that time?
Yes.
That frenzy. My wife was part of that frenzy. Now that she receives her dividends. Shares is good, equally, just like nuclear science is good for people. But guess what? Not every scientist is a nuclear scientist.
Yes.
Yes. So equally, not every investor is cut out with the patience and the accuracy of focus and accessibility to right information. Right? Those are the most important thing. If you want to play with the big boys, one, you must have accuracy of information, you must have the patience, and you must have the capacity and understanding. More importantly, understand. The stock market has made many millions. But guess what? The stock market has people's money. They don't know how to get it back. My wife does not know how to get back her 5,000 shillings. She does not know. You know, they'll tell her, you can float your shares. So equally, it's a good opportunity for Kenya. There are most of us here who have deep pockets. It's good opportunity for them. Someone who can drill in 50 million shillings and don't even feel a pinch, right? I can drill in 100 million shillings. And I'm sure someone is out there sitting and looking at me like, you can start small. Yes, you can start small if you're living forever. Or if you can bequeath that ownership to part of your real estate, if today I drop dead, this part of my share ownership will go to my family. That is part of my real estate. That is part of my, not real estate, that is part of my estate.
Yes.
But as at now, if you don't know, if you don't understand it, I'm fairly educated. I want to believe that I'm fairly educated. I don't understand a clue of the stock market. I'm not ignorant.
Yes.
I'm not ignorant.
Yes.
It's just that you're fairly educated yourself, right? You don't know anything about gynecology.
Pretty much, isn't it?
Pretty much. So if you're cut out to be a gyna, you be a gyna. If you're cut out to be a nuclear scientist, be a nuclear scientist. If you're cut out to be an advocate, be an advocate. But more importantly, before you drill in your cash, get understanding. And more importantly, get accurate information.
Pretty much, isn't it? So for you, if they are going down south, avoid it.
Some of us, there are
Yes.
people, there are a few amongst us that have that cash to swing both ways.
Yes.
Yes. They will seize the opportunity. Let me tell you, there are guys now in boardrooms thinking of how to seize that opportunity. You and I, when was the last time we met in a boardroom?
Oof. Some time to come.
Sometime to come.
Pretty much, isn't it? All right, that's exactly what we had for you this morning in terms of our economic review. Now, you do know, and I hope you are also quite aware that rush hour is about to change today. So if you're used to taking 3 hours home, then you gotta start at 2, because you have to get in the house by 7 p.m. and you might not know what's gonna happen to you. You've seen videos around of guys getting whipped and punished along the road and being told to swim in water. Because you're not going to get arrested. No, nobody wants to arrest you. They're just going to make sure that you're in the house. So they can do a lot to you. So please, because you are a dignified person and you want to also walk around with that dignity, do yourself a favor. Start early. Tell your employer today that, I gotta leave early, maybe around 2:30, so you get home and lock yourself in the house. My name is Simba Elijah Charles Kiage. We were joined this morning by Awanga Omuga, taking back to when we started at Metropole TVKE on YouTube, so you can also be part and parcel of the conversation. Good morning.